Hello folks, welcome back to Garden Novices. Today's going to be a little bit different. We're not talking about gardening. We're going to talk about Christmas presents. When I was a kid, I used to sneak into my Christmas gifts. And probably when I was from kindergarten all the way up to probably fourth grade, I knew exactly what I was getting every single year. And that's because I snuck into my packages without anybody knowing. So for all the kids out there today, I'm going to show you guys how to sneak into your packages. If your parents put presents underneath the tree, you'll know what you're getting, except for what Santa brings you. Obviously, you can't open those gifts. So let's get started here. There's a couple items that you'll want to find. If you know where your parents' tape is at, you want to try and find the tape that was originally used to wrap the gifts up with. Obviously, you don't want to get caught doing this. So being discreet is best here. My dad always had tools laying around. He had a lot of X-Acto knives. I was big into modeling as a kid, so I had X-Acto knives. Now, I don't want to tell you to go out and grab a razor blade, especially if you're underage and you're not allowed to have stuff like that. Yeah, a razor blade X-Acto knife works too. Also, I like to use I used to use a micro screwdriver as well that my dad would always have in the garage. Yeah, so let's get started, and I'll show you guys how this is done. So what I have here is a gift that I had wrapped. The quality of the paper also makes a big difference here. If your parents use a thicker paper, which you can kind of tell if it's thick or if it's thin. This is a thinner paper. Thinner paper will rip a lot easier, so you have to really take your time with the thinner, cheaper paper. I don't normally, I buy all my paper from TJ Maxx because I can find some exotic stuff and it's super thick, and that's why I like wrapping with, because you get a better wrap. But this year we didn't make it out, so I'm just using some premium paper that I found at a local department store. But this is a little bit thinner paper. So basically you want to look at your seam here, across here, and figure out where all the tape lines are at. So there's a piece of tape right here. There's a piece of tape here and here. So what I always like to try to do is I'll take my little micro screwdriver and I'll kind of get up in there and I'll just slowly start seeing if I can pry the tape off without ripping it. Now this is a really good tape, and it looks like I might be pulling off some of the face of the paper as well. It's kind of hard to do this. Let me reposition this camera here so I can kind of see what I'm doing. And here, let's see here, let's do that. There we go. So if I get up in here and I can tell, so we just kind of want to slowly pull the tape off. Yeah, there we go. Because ultimately what we want to do is we want to be able to put this tape back on. So I am pulling off some of the wrapper as well on there. So this tape we may not be able to do. What you can do too is if you pull the tape completely backwards, let's see here, You see me pulling it back, and it is slowly coming off now. All right, there we go. All right, so that's one down. All right, so my next piece is right here. And what we'll do, this is real tricky. There we go. It's coming up. I lost it. Let's see here. All right, there we go. Ever so slowly. That's a big piece of tape. Oh, I see I ripped it right there, but hopefully nobody will notice that. All right, one more here. This one is definitely not coming off. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take my X-Acto knife. I'm just gonna run it up across here. And now, right along the seam here. Not in the picture again. There we go. Just like that. All right, so there we go. So now, goes back off. We can easily all right, so let's take a quick peek here. Okay, so we got some kind of a Lego thing. So to me, this is good enough, knowing that I have a Lego set here of some kind, probably some architectural thing. Let's see, I think, what does that say, London? So that's good enough for me. I wouldn't go back, I wouldn't continue on and try to undo this tape and try to reveal the whole thing. But now we want to close this up exactly just like where it was. So my mom, she used to go through and inspect the presents because she knew I would try to, and she would see this rip, and she'd be asking questions about it. So if I tuck it under like that, so that's not as bad. So we have this problem right here where I cut the tape. So what we got to do is we got to try and figure out, or try to place another tape about the same size as what was there. And this is where having the same tape works out great. Come on, work with me here. All right, there we go. So it was about that angle. And then make sure you push it in. And there you go. There you go. So that's how you do it. The other way is not to do it and wait for Christmas and be surprised. Yeah, I think one year I actually opened up a Nintendo video game and was playing it all through December. I remember me and my siblings, we used to watch videotapes before Christmas. And my mom would be like, "Where did you get that tape from?" And we just lie and say we borrowed it. So it's all good. It was fun. Something to talk about. Yeah, so that's about it. Hope you all have a great Christmas. Be careful with the knives and don't get caught sneaking into your gifts.